It's out and people are raving about it left and right, and I got a chance to see it for myself. The live action, highly anticipated Five Nights at Freddy's. Had a brain fart for a moment there. I got to see Five Nights at Freddy's. I'm not gonna spoil it just in case anyone hasn't seen it and they're that very, very strict that they don't want any spoilers and they want to see for themselves. Um, I am familiar with the games. I will admit I have not played them, but I do know of the story because I have watched people play it. I have heard about it. I have, heard of the lores and everything. Also, Five Nights at Freddy's has a lot of spin offs. You have Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach, you have Five Nights at Freddy's The Sister Location, and then you have the original first three Five Nights at Freddy's. It is a survivor horror game where basically you are, how can I say, you are basically held in a security room where you have no choice but to look at the door here, a door there, and the monitors while you are trying to survive literal 5 nights of these animatronics. You have Freddy, who is the teddy bear. You have Bonnie, who is the bunny. You have Chica, who is the chick. And you have Foxy, who is the fox. And a killer cupcake too, depending on what game it is. Basically, if you're not familiar with the game, you have to survive until 6 o'clock. And the lights turn on, you have to be vigilant. You're really confined to this one room and you have to wait. You can't waste your battery because if one of them appears at the door and you were able to close the door, you just saved yourself then, and then you have to keep going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. If you lose your battery and you don't close the door in time, you die. To sum up Five Nights at Freddy's game, basically it is a man who has loaded himself in the Springtrap Rabbit, and he wanted revenge on the kids who decided to bully his kid, and therefore had pulled him into the animatronic where he was severely injured to a point where he had passed away, therefore dubbing that event the Bite of 87. So that was the whole point of the game. The father got mad and placed the children into those animatronics, and their spirits have possessed the animatronics. So as you play the games, you kind of have an understanding of what the folklore is. I know the third game was you were in the head of the little boy who got sick, who had gotten injured, and basically it's the same concept. It's just he's in a coma in his mind and he thinks he's at home while being chased on by these animatronics. You had what was it? It was like you were confined to the bedroom and you had one door there and one door there, and then you had the closet because you had to check to see if they were coming, things like that. I can't remember what. I think the second game was the second one. You were also still into the Fassbender's thing. Like I said, I never played the games, but I knew of it. I have watched gameplay of it, things of that nature. But I will say in the movie, it doesn't say anything about the Bite of 87. I will say that. It had given me more questions than it was answers. And also, if you played Security Breach, you would know that there's a character named Vanessa, which she is in this film. Then again, you probably already know that because of the trailer, and if you've done more research of who's playing who, there she is. Which is kind of weird because she only appeared in the fourth kind of reboot kind of game. I don't know. security breach. All I know. It wasn't bad. It wasn't good, but it wasn't terrible. It was a lot better than what I had expected. However, like I said, you were given more questions than you were answers. It didn't necessarily go with the folklore of the first three games. Although, so there are some scenes that made you raise an eyebrow because you would think, well, it's PG-13. Of course, a lot of kids who are known to this game are gonna watch it, and there are just some things that just should not have been seen. But then again, it kind of wanted to divide it from its game. That's why most video game adaptations don't do well, because they are not followed to the source of material. But this was just enough to where they took pieces of the folklore of the games and that stuff and decided to put it all in one movie. Like I said, it wasn't terrible. It wasn't terrible. It was good in the sense of, okay, I see what you're doing here. But like I said, they were given more questions than answers. If you're one of those that really are paying attention. Some things didn't necessarily make sense. And quite honestly, the whole idea was, okay, how did this guy, the main character, get brought up into here? He says he needed a job, but for what? And then again, why that place? So like I said, it wasn't good, but it wasn't terrible. It was a lot better than what I had expected. But like I said, this, although it follows closely to the source of material, it doesn't go with the main story of what the games were, what the first three games were about, excuse me. But, what's your guys' take on it? Let me know in the comment section. Like I said, it wasn't terrible. It was alright. It was okay. But, like I said, it gave you more questions than there were answers. But that's just me. If you guys liked it, let me know in the comment section below. And, if you guys like it, great. If not, well, at least we saw it, At least we saw it.